What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Fast 2501 here. Alright, guys, so happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Alright, this used to be a pretty good holiday for me, but now it's probably one of the most difficult holidays. All the holidays are difficult now. This is probably one of the worst, considering, it's just a few days after my mom's birthday. So, yeah. This sucks. It's really anyway. But I found this video for the for this Sunday. This is a mom's video, Bible video. What if Marge Simpson met Jesus Christ by God's saga? Okay, so this seems interesting. So yeah, I dedicate this video to all moms out there, especially my mom, who I miss so much, and I recommend you guys on this day, you appreciate your mom. Appreciate your mom all the time. Because you never know when the time comes that she's not around anymore. Anyway, because you won't expect it. I sure as hell didn't. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Okay, and go.
Marge. My dear Marge. Listen, we
there's
need to
some
have a
really
little
weird
chat.
ones there.
You've done a lot for your family, and I mean, it's
Yeah.
impressive how you hold things together when chaos surrounds you. But there have been, let's call them, moments.
Dude!
Moments where you could have, I don't know, handled things a little better. And that's okay. We're all works in progress, right? Except me. But hey, I had an advantage. Now I've been keeping an eye on you.
What the hell is
I
that?
saw you try to sell your family's house for $100 to get rid of that annoying, squeaky violin Lisa had. Yeah, that was a unique approach to problem solving.
Yeah,
I mean, have you
well,
ever
Marge
thought
is
about
like the
talking
least
things out
chaotic
first?
out of all of
Maybe
them,
instead of listing
but...
your house on Craigslist, you could have had a calm sit-down and discussed boundaries. Love thy neighbor, Marge. Not sell the roof over their heads. And let's talk about forgiveness.
Why do you keep
I
showing
get
that,
it.
dude?
You've got a lot on your plate. Homer?
I could never do that at the Grand Canyon. I'm
It's a constant
scared
test
to
of
death
patience.
of heights.
And Bart. That boy keeps every angel on overtime. But Marge, holding grudges, even
Why do you
small
keep showing that
ones,
one, dude?
only weighs
There's
you
a lot
down.
more images of Marge
Remember
you
that
could
time
use.
you didn't talk to Homer for a week because he wouldn't stop eating those ridiculous oversized turkey legs at the Renaissance Fair.
Seriously?
Now, I'm all for a good feast.
There was that
Let's
whole
not
time
forget
with the
the
sandwich,
message
too,
from
that he wouldn't get rid
Matthew
of.
6:14. For if you forgive others their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. So maybe next time
moms aren't
Homer
perfect.
decides
Nobody
to act
is.
like a medieval king,
Yeah.
just smile, shake your head, and move on. Also, let's discuss that famous blue hair of yours. You do know that no one's going to judge you if you let it down once in a while, right? You're clinging
it's just
to a
what
lot
she
of
likes.
things, not just hairspray. Sometimes it's good to let go and
Marge
trust in
also
something
dyes her
bigger
hair,
like
too.
I don't know. Maybe faith? Don't let the small stuff bind you. As I always said, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. You know, your hair isn't going anywhere, Marge. But your patience? You could work on that. And then there's
Dude.
your, let's call
Okay.
it slight obsession with perfection.
Marge
understand
is
wanting things
incredibly
to be just
patient,
right.
but yeah, that's
But do you remember
another
that
mom
big
thing.
saying
My mom was like
incident?
that too.
When you swapped
She
out the
always
church
wanted the
cherries
house
muffins
so
with
freaking
yours
immaculate.
because they
She would
didn't
always
meet
say, like,
your
there's
high
nothing wrong. The
standards.
house is filthy.
Yeah,
I mean, I
I
had the
remember
problem a
that
lot.
one too. Your intentions were pure. But
Yeah.
Marge, there's a bigger lesson here. It's not always about being the best. Sometimes it's about the heart behind the action. Remember what I said in Luke 21:1-4 about the widow's offering? She
That's
gave
just
just
creepy.
2 small coins, but it meant the world because she gave from the heart.
She
So
gave all
next
she
time,
had.
Maybe focus less on the fluffiness of the muffins and more on the love behind the baking. Trust me, it makes a bigger impact. Now, Marge, let's talk about patience. You've got a lot of it. Maybe
Yeah.
too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially with Homer. I mean, bless his heart, but that man really pushes the limits, doesn't he? Remember when he decided to buy that trampoline, and within minutes, the entire neighborhood was getting carted off to the hospital? It's a miracle nobody ended up needing divine intervention.
That's because people are stupid, though.
There's a difference between patience and enabling. When someone keeps jumping on a dangerous
she does do that. Marge does do that. She
metaphorically
enables
and
Homer a
literally,
lot.
Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is say, enough is enough. Proverbs
She does do that sometimes, but then Homer either does it anyway, he throws a fit like a child.
It is to one's glory to overlook an offense. But there's a key word there. Marge. Wisdom. You've got to know when to forgive and overlook something minor, and when to step in for the greater good. Homer's going to be Homer, but a little nudge in the right direction won't hurt. You don't have to clean up all his messes. Let him learn, let him grow. Maybe next time he suggests bringing home an ostrich to race Bart around the yard.
What the fuck?
Remind him that there's wisdom in not repeating past mistakes. And Bart...
Oh, she does point that out, too.
That boy's got a wild spirit, doesn't he? Pranking the principal.
That's putting it mildly.
Off roofs, sending you to the brink of a nervous breakdown every other day. But you've got to remember, Marge, even the wildest spirits can be guided with love and patience. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. As it says in Proverbs 22:6. But, and this is important, training doesn't mean stifling. You don't want to break Bart's spirit. You just need to steer it in a better direction. Maybe less pranks and more acts of kindness.
Yeah, he gets a little
Start
creepy
small.
sometimes, though,
Like
Bart.
maybe teach him how
Though,
to prank
in
someone
terms
with a
of
compliment
bad
instead of spray
TV
paint.
kids, he's not
It'll
even...
blow his mind.
He's not even
And
close,
trust
really.
me,
I mean, you got
it's a
guys like
win-win.
Stewie and
And
Cartman.
let's not
Oh, my
forget
God.
about Lisa. Now, she's a bright one, isn't she?
She's also a
Always
bratty know-it-all.
Always learning. But here's the thing.
No, sometimes she doesn't learn.
You've got to listen to her, too.
She just thinks she knows
She's
better than
smart,
everyone.
But she's also young and needs guidance.
Yeah, that's
Don't be
true.
afraid to remind her that even with all her knowledge, wisdom comes from something higher. Proverbs 9:10 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom." She might not get that right away, but give her time.
She literally rejected Christianity in favor of Buddhism.
Just be there for her, guiding her with love and patience.
Because she was
And if she
disillusioned
asks
by
too many
Christianity, and
questions,
rather than try
well,
to,
remember,
come to a
12
resolution,
awesome
she decided to
and
just
endless
abandon it for
questions.
something else.
So, you're in good company. And Marge, speaking of family, I can't help but notice you sometimes get caught up in trying to please everyone. Look, you're
Yeah.
only one person. You
That's
can't
a
make
real
everyone
problem.
happy all the time.
She does that
Trust
a lot.
me, I've
My
been
mom
there,
did that too.
Even with all the
She
miracles
was always trying
and
to
teachings.
please the whole family.
Some people just weren't satisfied.
Even people who
They
were
always wanted
assholes to
more
her.
bread,
Like
more
my brother.
wine, more
That's
signs.
another story.
But at some point, you've got to realize that it's okay if not everyone approves of everything you do.
There you go.
As I said in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." You don't need to carry every single burden on your shoulders, Marge. That's what faith is for. Remember that time you tried to get Homer to eat healthy? You threw out all the donuts and replaced them with celery sticks. And
Ugh.
Homer? Well, he took it about as well as a lion takes to lettuce.
Exactly.
You tried, and that's what matters.
That is a really crappy
Sometimes
AI image because you can see
you've
the
got to
six
pick your
fingers on the
battles.
one hand.
Not every hill is worth dying on, Marge.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of healthy eating, remember moderation.
I need
huh?
to work on
I mean,
moderation and
man
healthy
shall
eating.
not live by bread alone. But you don't need to take that literally and cut out all carbs either. Everything in balance. Now, I'm not saying you should just give up on the family. Of course not. But there's a difference between loving them and losing yourself in the process. When was the
true.
last time you took a moment for yourself to just sit down and reflect? Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." You need that stillness, Marge. You can't hear the wisdom if you're always running around trying to fix everyone else's problems. Sometimes the best thing
Forget everyone else's. I'm trying to fix my own.
is take care of yourself first.
Uh,
Now let's talk about generosity, Marge. You've got a good heart, no doubt about it. You've always been willing to give, whether it's time, money, or just a sympathetic ear. But here's a little advice.
my mom did that a lot.
Don't let yourself be taken advantage of.
She was the only
Remember
one
when you kept loaning
talk
money
with
to
me.
Patty and Selma, even though you knew they'd never pay you back? Yeah,
My
I
mom
get
did
it.
that a lot.
Family is family.
She often
but there's
gave
a fine line
money to
between
family,
being generous
and they never
being
paid her
a
back.
doormat.
They never paid my
Do not
parents
throw
back.
your pearls before swine, Marge. That doesn't mean you shouldn't help people. Of course not. But sometimes, the most generous thing you can do is say no. It gives people a chance to stand on their own feet, to take responsibility for their actions. I once turned water into wine. Sure. But that doesn't mean I kept doing it every time someone was thirsty. Sometimes people need to learn how to
Wine
dig their
doesn't
own
really
wells.
quench your thirst. It's
Generosity
alcohol. It
is
actually makes you more
important,
thirsty.
But so is
that's
wisdom in knowing when to give and when to let others figure things out. And Marge, I see how you give of yourself every day for your family. But don't forget about the larger world out there.
Why
I
does
know
he keep
Springfield
using that
is-
images? All the
let's
images
call
he
it a
used for the
challenging
cycle,
environment.
he had to use that
But there
one.
are still opportunities to spread goodness beyond
Not a good
your
idea,
own
dude.
household. Let your light shine before others.
That's a
As
good
I
one.
said in Matthew 5:16.
That is just horrifying.
You've got a lot of light in you, Marge. Maybe consider volunteering a bit more, getting involved in the community.
That's also
And
creepy.
no, I don't mean you have to organize the next church bake sale. Though we both know those pies you make are heavenly. I'm talking about spreading kindness, compassion, and faith in ways that go beyond the home. You're stronger than you think, and you've got the power to make a real difference. Marge, we've got to talk about boundaries. You're wonderful at keeping your home in order. Well, as much order as Springfield can allow.
Yeah, that's
But you've
true.
got to know
That's a good
when to
point.
draw the line. Remember that time you took on Flanders as kids while Homer was busy on the couch, watching a 24-hour Duff Beer marathon?
What?
I mean, you didn't
I
even
remember
like
that one.
watching his kids. And there you were, knee-deep in chaos because you felt like it was the right thing to do. And speaking of peace of mind, let's not forget that whole incident with Mr. Burns's mansion party. You were out of your element, feeling uncomfortable, but you kept pushing through because you didn't want to offend anyone. Marge, here's a tip. You don't need to please everyone. I mean, even
Is that
I didn't
one-
please everyone.
Is that the one where
And
she
I-
was drinking in
Well,
like one of
me.
the episodes of the first season?
There's a line between hospitality and people-pleasing. Next time you find yourself at one of those stuffy parties, remember this verse. Let your yes be yes, and your no, no. It's perfectly okay to excuse yourself and prioritize your well-being.
Yeah, my mom had a hard time when she came. Well, mostly when it came to family. She didn't give a crap about anybody else. But when it came to family, she had a really hard time. You know, my mom. She always wanted everybody to just be together. Wanted everybody to just, to get together like we used to. I remember when I was real little, on the holidays, we used to have these big family get-togethers. And we're talking like cousins, uncles, aunts, and people from all over the place. There were literally you literally had like 60 people in one house. Usually at my uncle's house because he had a really big like 2-story house and a huge yard in the back. So that's where we would usually go. But she liked so many people being around. So much family. So she always wanted to keep everybody together. But after we lost Grandma and Grandpa, everybody's real nature came out and we realized everybody hated each other. She always wanted to keep the family. She always wanted us to be like a happy family, she wanted everybody to not hate each other. So, moms, not all moms. I know a lot of people have shitty moms, but moms try. My mom tried so hard. lie. I miss her. I miss her. Isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about it. I don't have any pain anymore. But anyway, guys, so there you go. There's a Mother's Day Bible message. I'm going to do another video today to basically honor moms, my mom specifically. So that'll be later today. So like this video, subscribe, guys. And click on the link to the original, like the original, and subscribe to God Saga's channel. They don't even have 1,000 subs yet. They got 728 subscribers. Come on, we can help them out. Get them up to 1,000, maybe 5,000, guys. Let's help them out. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Every day for new content. And God bless you all. God bless moms everywhere. Hug your mom.